Truly hectic afternoon. The first announcements in the budget, Eskom being bailed out by close to 70 billion rand, blowing the debt ceiling, so on and so forth. So asset classes in South Africa on a downward spiral. The rand reached a weak point of about 14.37. Our benchmark bonds got up to about 9.12. And subsequent to that, there's been a complete turnaround, and the rand is actually trading very well. I think what's happened is that the market has repriced its anticipation of a credit downgrade, simply based on the fact that the Eskom bailout is spread over 3 years, and that the projections are perhaps not as bad as what was built into the pricing. I'm a little bit skeptical. I wonder if those estimates are not on the conservative side, and whether we can in fact attain those numbers. I think a couple of things need to be sorted out. Initially, as the budget came out, as the announcements came out, there was a little bit of panic, mainly from offshore names, but then exporters did come in to provide some support, and then, as I say, the reassessment of the credit downgrade, or the potential credit downgrade, did see a turnaround in that, and hence the rand has performed very, very well, contrary to most expectations, I must say, including mine. The global backdrop is supportive for EM currencies. We've got central banks around the world reassessing whether they want to hike rates, but I'm not sure this is a signal outright for the bulls to climb in again. The president, in his reply to the State of the Nation address questions, categorically said that there will be no privatization. The finance minister today kind of alluded to it, implied that there may be some privatization, particularly with one of the new unbundled units in Eskom. We still have some policy uncertainty and perhaps a little bit of policy confusion. I think the unions are going to have to come to the party, and I'm not sure that our finance minister is going to have any money to dole out for quite a long time to come. We've had 10 years of mismanagement and graft and outright theft. That's going to take a hell of a long time to repair. I think it's going to be a rocky road for a long time to come. I think it is a good start. I think the finance minister is certainly putting his stamp on things, and he started that a few months ago, and he was quite firm and quite strong today. But you know, the government is made up of many stakeholders, and certainly the ANC party is made up of many stakeholders, and we're going to need to bring them on board. We're going to need to appease the unions. I'm not sure how possible that is. Of course, we've got an election coming up in a few months' time, so they couldn't be too radical today with that election around the corner. But I like the finance minister's broad message. I'm just not sure how practical it really is.